Hey guys, welcome to Black Butler. I would ask you to just keep in mind one thing. Don't pay attention to this. Whenever I do this, just don't think about it. Don't think about it. Okay, anyway, 10 likes for the next episode. I'll see you in the next one. I've completely forgotten how to work everything here. This is terrible. This is terrible. Is Butler assenting? I don't know what assenting is. I know what ascending is, but...
But my parents said I had to be a Weston prefect like every generation before me. They wouldn't shut up.
Oh, that's right. We ended the last episode with, spoilers, guys. Spoilers, if you're jumping in. Go to the original. Go to the very first episode. Derek Arden just got found out for, being a bully, but not like the, oh, you're a stinky poo-poo, and nobody likes you because your family only makes $200,000 a year, but our families make $500,000 a year. Which makes you a stinky poor. I bet you can only go to Disneyland 17 times out of the year. Yeah, not that. No, it's definitely much more like physical abuse and stuff like that, and he's been hiding all the information. And, yeah, he just got found out because of a cleverly worded poem to give the prefects a time and place so that Derek wouldn't realize that that's what was happening, because it is implied that the victims have been sending in messages, but Derek has been getting rid of them. So, now is time for him to confess, and then die.
Up about it. The whole thing's such a bore. It's not like I had any say in being locked away in this insipid place. What did you say? It's so dull here. I had to do something to make my stay bearable. And my dear papa donates so much to the school's coffers. I think I'm owed a blind eye. Don't you?
That's enough, you cur! This won't stand! I'll make certain the lower master alerts the headmaster! All you are owed is a befitting punishment!
My theory right now is that the lower master and the headmaster... I don't know if the headmaster's ever going to actually show up, because it looks to be that the Undertaker usurped the place of the headmaster, and wasn't, the headmaster at the time of these events here. So my game theory now is that the honor-bound prefects are like, we have to do this as prefects. If the headmasters won't do something, then we do.
You best get on that.
Lower Master Agares? This doesn't make any sense. What are you doing here?
I believe that I've seen quite enough. And I'm disappointed. You know better. That's 2 wise each for being out after lockup.
We're so very sorry and won't do it again.
Out after lockup? What is this? Didn't you see? They've been bullying their fellow students! Please.
I feel like bullying is a bit of an understatement. Okay. Huh. I still don't understand what the lower master is, what his deal is, how he's being controlled, and how Derek Arden knows about it. But then also succumbed to a similar fate. Maybe they're unrelated. Black Butler, you sassy lassie.
Yes, sir. The headmaster What a rude batch of prefects we have. You would question your lower master.
Sir, apologies. That was never our intention.
I'll try to remember that.
Obviously, they're new prefects. I wonder if they would have stood up to him, like now. Stand up for injustice, baby. What did you just notice?
You may all return to your houses now.
I see. There are 2 serpents slithering amongst the trees of Eden.
There are not 2.
Is there even a way for us to stop them?
Don't get too down, lads. After all, come next year I'll be prefect and this won't be your problem anymore.
Unacceptable!
Unacceptable condition!
These bad apples cannot be left to spoil. Lest Weston's great traditions continue to rot from the inside!
Such a tragedy cannot be allowed to happen.
No matter what!
Oh, they killed both of them.
Tradition is absolute!
He said, killing a younger student.
There's nothing.
Look at that smile on this man's face. It's like he just found out about flex tape.
He isn't breathing.
Dead. Every one of them is dead, and it's all my fault.
Killed all of them. All of the witnesses. This man has done more horrible, evil stuff than the actual demon in this show. Okay, well, maybe that's not true because of season 1, but other than that, honestly...
No, what have I done?
Do not blame yourself, Greenhill. We did what had to be done.
No, Greenhill, do not blame yourself. There's literally nothing you could have possibly done.
Yes. There were no other options left to us.
What do you mean there were no other options left? I suppose now they're just kind of consoling each other. I feel like the better course of action is there was nothing we can do now.
You'll be charged with a...
Also, this is Brandon McInnes. This is Sebastian's hubby. I only just found out about that recently. Hello, Focus? Hey, how's it going?
Crime if we don't do something.
If you'll trust me with this, I may have an idea.
Just stop. The burden of my sins should be mine alone to bear.
You forget, Greenhill. There are 4 prefects here.
That's right. And all prefects are charged with protecting Weston.
For that noble cause, we will proudly share the burden with you.
I mean, you already killed like 5 students and a teacher. What's one more Greenhill? Then again, if you kill him, then everybody's implicit. Batman rules. If you kill one killer, then there's still the same number of killers in the world. Which is why Punisher rules are better. Kill a whole bunch of killers.
You truly...
For tradition.
I mean, that's just unnecessarily violent. There's a lawnmower outside of my apartment right now. Apologize for that. Yeah, I mean, he was already dead. He was already dead. That was unnecessary.
The headmaster is currently on a trip around the world and isn't expected to return until next autumn.
Is this them coming up with their... Did they kill the headmaster too? Is that what happened?
Which means that we will have to manage this situation ourselves.
Are you certain that we can?
With the reanimation progressing smoothly, I see no need to worry.
One would hope.
Stay strong, chaps. We will protect this school.
We chose to say...
And now I can die with a clear conscience. How do you think I got this fit?
guard tradition and discipline, the only way we knew how. We couldn't go public. Doing so might tarnish Weston's good name. You understand. Surely you do.
You expect me to understand why you murdered people?
CL. Are we gonna have another flashback to what happened with it when he ordered Sebastian to kill all the people? Like, obviously one murderous rampage seems more justified than the other, but they're both still murder. Just because it seems more cultural in the eyes of public opinion more justified doesn't make it not wrong. So, CL.
That's splendid! Simply splendid! I say, my lord, it's always so rewarding whenever our paths cross. Humans are such delightful things. Endless bounties of wondrous tragedy. Fonts of marvelous absurdity. And so terribly interesting.
How unexpected. To think we would ever share an opinion.
A broken clock is right twice a day. I've been thinking about that phrase a lot recently. I don't really know why. Goodness me. I never thought that we would share an opinion. Humans are such delightful creatures.
Weston College has been producing the creme de la creme of English society for generations. We could not allow its centuries of tradition, the cornerstone of our great empire, to be tainted on our watch. For Weston made England, and England the world!
The thin line between
Let's go, England. Let's go. Hashtag not France.
education and indoctrination has clearly been crossed here. And after 6 years,
You don't say.
any appeal to reason would just be a wasted effort.
No, well, there's nothing we can do. Shoot them. Sebastian, rip out their throats, please. Thank you very much.
Very well. But know this. I was commissioned by a certain illustrious personage. I cannot stay silent about the truth now that it has been discovered. That said, I can ask that circumstance be considered. You, however, are a different matter entirely.
But you silly goober, what the flip you think you're doing over here, you slimy sack of Stonehenge-looking with the Easter Island thing?
I'm not good at coming up with stupid things on the fly. It's like, actually, I'm really good at doing that. That's kind of what the problem was there.
I suppose I could part with some information for old time's sake. And you did pay me ever so well. Where would you like to start? Be specific. Ow.
Though short-lived, it was clear Derek had control of some faculties. Compared to the walking corpses I encountered before, that's quite a leap, or rather, an evolution.
I'm rather pleased to hear you say so. You are correct. Life has no hold on evolution. The dead can do it too, so long as one has the episodes to work with.
These episodes... Are you referring to the false memories you created? As I recall, you had spliced them into the cinematic records of the deceased. It's what allowed them to shamble about as they did.
Not quite. This time, anyway. I've moved past such slipshod methods. What's powering them now is far more nuanced.
He's using the power of calm.
A yearning for the future. In their last moments, a human looks back at the entirety of their collected experiences.
Hey guys, have you ever heard of a cinematic record? This is kind of new lore in case you hadn't known yet.
Cinematic record.
Cinematic record.
They see not only the paths they walked, but also those left unexplored. While piecemeal, those
It sounds really upsetting. Not only do you see what you did, you also get to see what you didn't win. Congratulations on being dead.
fragments of what could have been comprise a person's episodes. Imagine the possibilities if those episodes could be extracted. How many thousands of frames of raw footage could be obtained? And what if they were stitched together to create something with a longer runtime than the original record? Something like that.
Average Marvel movie.
Be leagues beyond whatever gibberish I could slap together. They'd be memories of the future. And what if those memories were appended to one cinematic record? What kind of monster would that create?
Okay, but hear me out. What if you spliced out the part that said the end and then connected it? I feel like that's your biggest problem, is that you have the end. Maybe you have the end for like off frame if you need to. Maybe it's a little unstable, but it's kind of unstable now. I'm just saying. Maybe that's what the issue is. You just are keeping in the end, the fin, if you will.
A walking corpse, nearly indistinguishable from a living human.
Yes, that.
My
Indistinguishable.
experiments have yielded little success thus far. The quantity and quality of episodes are so varied.
I don't understand. What could you possibly stand to gain? What purpose is there in resurrecting the dead?
It's quite simple. I merely want to see what lies beyond the inevitable end.
Beyond the end? Don't be daft.
Surely
There's nothing beyond death. I feel like I would have reworded that interaction real quick. I probably would have had them just be like, but why? And like, I'm sure you're wondering why, but honestly, who wouldn't? Blah.
you've all at least wondered about it. The glorious mystery of the unknown. After the end credits roll, what fascinating plot could there be waiting for us, eh?
I can't say I share your...
Like Cocaine Bear's movie number 2, because of the setup for the second movie.
To my mind, death must remain as inescapable as it is absolute. Or lose its beauty.
I believe I've provided the information equal to the loss you paid.
Do they get a second chance to make you laugh for a little more information? I feel like that'd be kind of fun.
This was nice, but I'd rather not have anyone inconvenient getting wind of my whereabouts, so I shall bid you adieu.
You will not escape from me again! Sebastian, capture him at once!
My lord? You know, I had my suspicions about you, Master Agares. It appears they were well placed. Your spectacular slip upon the steps makes much more sense now.
Sebastian's so smart.
Oh, yes, that was one practically bursting with episodes. I would declare him my crowning achievement. For the time being, that is.
That is until I kill Ciel. Or Sebastian, or maybe Grell. Honestly, kill Grell. Grell can't be worse of a person. An individual. Unless Disney got a hold of Grell. That would be awful. Uh-oh. He gomped him.
I do love the Christmas holiday.
The other missing students, they were here?
Quickly now! Get out of the garden! Hurry!
I can't move.
What do you chaps say? Do around.
Let's go!
Yeah, let's go.
Well, you may bear the phantomized name, but you certainly aren't anything like your predecessors. How fascinating.
You seem rather lackadaisical. Did you really think this puppet would be enough to stop me?
Sebastian, get the tea. Is he gonna catch the tea and defeat him at the same time and keep it from spilling? Or is he going to defeat him within the time before that falls down to catch it?
Unwise to take me lightly.
I would never dream of being so impertinent. Far from it. However, we do have a difference in priorities.
My lord.
Uh-oh, Sebastian completely forgot he existed for a minute. Oh, neither thing, that's upsetting. Would you like to take a break? Looks like you rose to the occasion. I want Duke Nukem to narrate the fight scenes in it. Okay. I'm gonna need you to cut it out. It seems you don't have a grasp of this. I'm ruining the scene.
It's no use. As things stand, pursuing him would only leave the young master vulnerable.
Oh, so is this lore that he can access cinematic records? Or is Sebastian the one who should have been playing Doctor Strange this entire time? I feel like I was going to say something else, but I don't know what it was. Oh yeah, just the rewind sound effect was just like the cheap stock YouTube one that like How It Should Have Ended uses. I haven't seen a How It Should Have Ended video in a while.
I shall protect his interest over protecting him.
Now there's a good butler.
What?
Do keep protecting the Earl with that fervent loyalty of yours, will you? Toodles!
After him!
Stay behind me.
Sebastian, I gave you a direct order! So what the devil are you still doing
Upholding
here?
our contract. It states that my highest priority must be your survival. I've gone through great pains in raising you. I won't stand for anyone
Just squeeze his head. That would be metal.
snatching you away.
Not nearly enough brain matter.
Oi!
He's like, oh man, that sucks. Just squeezed it. Just a little bit of blood on his face. He's like, whatever. Yeah, no, that's the accurate response. Oi! Why'd you pass out?
Poor boy to his unconsciousness for now. I still have to finish tidying up. It's been a rather messy tea party.
Well, bully for us. How am I to explain this to Her Majesty?
The truth is often the simplest option, I find.
I was gonna say just about the same thing. She hired you. You found some weird stuff before. I don't understand why she wouldn't believe this. She's very understanding.
A former Grim
She's an old lady. She'd believe anything.
Reaper with perverse inclinations is raising the dead.
Whoa, Sebastian, I need you to slow down. Too many big words for my smooth brain.
A former Grim Reaper with perverse inclinations is raising the dead.
Okay, I cut off former Grim Reaper. I was like,
Mum.
Hearing it aloud just makes it...
I should have let the rest of what he said go. That's a solid line. A former former Grim Reaper. What did he say?
A former Grim Reaper with perverse inclinations is raising the dead. Mum.
Hearing it aloud just makes it harder to believe.
Ciel! I got everyone to safety!
Oh, right. Do be mindful of where you step. We've only just...
Do be mindful.
Ciel, I can't help but wonder. Had I continued at this school, having never learnt the truth, might I have gone just as blind and mad as the prefects did? Yet one more twisted soul who can mistake murder for justice.
Oh, Edward. Take heart in that fear-gripping...
Ciel is not gonna give Edward... He's not gonna lie to him. He's not gonna tell him something he wants to hear. Just what he needs to hear, which I think is gonna be great. And the answer is no. He's just too honest. I think. Like, you can't put people above your morals. You can't put the person above the idea.
It means you're still in your right mind. Even I can't claim that.
So sad.
Not long after that, I gave a full account to Her Majesty. The P4's punishment wasn't incarceration, but expulsion from Weston's hallowed halls. A mercy it was not. One of the Queen's relatives was now dead, and his own misdoings were the cause. Her lenience was meant to avert a major scandal. And for boys who chose the sanctity of their school over the sanctity of life, being outside its walls would be worse than death.
You can't just say that and not back it up with a source, CL.
The official story was that Derek and his friends died in a boating accident. Their bodies were then buried in secret. The parties involved were strictly ordered to keep mum. For all intents and purposes, life at Weston marches on, unchanged and evergreen.
Come look! The new P4 are taking their first steps! If only I could be one of them someday.
Who's Scarlet Wolf? Scarlet Fox. Scarlet Fox. Who's Scarlet Fox house? Was that Maurice? I do like the kind of the imagery that these are these little kids who are P4s now. They are significantly smaller, and that's kind of almost like the weight of reality and what actually happened, like weighing them down.
Raising the dead?
I understand that it's hard to believe, but it is the truth.
Come now, I would never have reason to doubt your words.
She said to the 14-year-old. I remember being 14. I remember being 14. Not a good time. Not a good time. If any of you are 14 in the chat, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you being the age that you are.
Technology to resurrect and control the dead is something to fear. If its use is left unchecked, it may well threaten England.
I say, you must keep sniffing about with that nose of yours. See what else you can discover.
Of course, Mom. I'll continue my efforts. You'll know more when I do.
Congratulations on a hard day's work.
Ugh, don't remind me. I just want to return home and devour something sweet.
I shall prepare a treat as soon as we arrive, my lord. Oh, I nearly forgot. This was delivered right as we were about to leave. I suspect it
Macmillan!
may have passed the time.
Take care, Phantom! I promise I'll write you!
I see. Throw it away, would you?
Young master, are you sure about that? Dismissing your school chum's letter out of hand seems in awfully poor taste.
Toss it. Even if I had a reason to return to that stifling cradle, I never would.
If that is how you feel, so be it. We're so close, and yet so far.
Welcome back, young master! You too, Sebastian! You've been sorely missed,
says Emily gaily.
Right, one of the fence.
The animation.
Down on old Sam's farm collapsed out of nowhere.
Oh! That's not for eating, you beast!
Oi, that one's headed for the herb garden, says Wild frantically.
Catch him before he finds the parsley!
What is it, my lord?
Oh, nothing. Just appreciating how our grass is simply grass. Sort this quickly, will you? I want...
Yes, grass where everybody's walking on it. It's... I just can't wait to begin.
My afternoon tea.
Very well. Yes, my lord. So, what shall I make today? Goodness, this photo developed rather handsomely, I'd say. Now then, I believe I'll bake a most exceptionally saccharine cake for him.
I'll be honest, you got me, Sebastian. That is not exactly what I like. That's exactly what his character would do. But that's not what I thought was going to happen. Is this the finale? Is this the final episode of season 4? So I feel like there's got to be 2 more episodes to make it an even 12.
All this talk of walking corpses that feel no pain.
Reminds me of Sniper Wolf.
Admit, it scares me.
You know what? I'm going to have a controversial opinion here. Gods, come listen to my controversial tale. Come listen. Number 1 on the most controversial things I believe. Number 1, I think that women should be allowed to get married to each other. Number 2, I think that pineapple is perfectly fine on pizza, as long as there's something salty to go with it. And number 3, this is very important, come closer. Reanimating corpses is kinda scary. That is all. Change my diaper, please.
Say I was attacked by such a creature. What then?
I vowed to protect you in Prince Albert's place. You've nothing to worry about, Mom.
Thank you, John. However, as I'm sure you would agree, If such a monster were instead to become our ally, it would prove most useful.
And then Alucard. Oh no, we got another episode. I've been listening to this outro track on my own time. I get copyrighted, so I don't use it. I skip over it. But Sid knows how to make banger music. 10 likes for the next episode, and I'm gonna start streaming Sunday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern time, which means that if you guys can come over to that, we'll probably be watching these live, and I'll get your reactions, live reactions to that. And we're also going to be going through, I got permission to go through the unanimated Black Butler lore made by the lovely, I'm sorry, little gassy today. Pocket Leaves, we're going to be going through the video, the deep dives of Black Butler, thanks to Pocket Leaves allowing me to do it. So if you want to be there to go through every couple episodes, we're going to try and stream for however long we feel like. So join me for those. 10 likes for the next episode. We're almost at the finale, and I really don't know how we go anywhere. It's fairly wrapped up. I don't know. Sebastian meets Alucard. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.